Not sure what happened there. We just kind of lost our lost my deal. No idea what happened there. It was a weird little thing there. We just decided to cut off for a second. There he was. It's just a big long point that comes out right here. It's got, I think it's an old road bed, and it I'm just using this jerkbait because I think it's, I mean, I'm sitting at about 8 feet deep. It's not really that deep out there, but a jerkbait's a good, it's a good bait to draw fish up. So I can fish it fast. I've got a chance to make a fish react on this thing. So that's what I'm going for. And I've been catching some good fish on it, so we just reel it down a few cranks, and I'm not working it slow. I mean, I'm giving it like 2 or 3 quick pops, then pausing for just a second, and then keeping it ripping. And they come up and slap that thing when they hit it. Feels like you hit a brick wall. It's a good little spawning bay right in front of me next to this little marina. We're just going to kind of work all the way around it because there's some milfoil grass that grows out in there sometimes. And it's kind of deeper, so maybe there'll be some fish out a little bit deeper on that grass. Just kind of exploring today. I don't always like to just fish places where I catch fish. I like to go out and see if I can find new places. This isn't exactly a new place to me, but I haven't done much fishing right here this time of year. There he is. I felt him hit it. He hit it twice. Little guy. Well, hey, he didn't shake at all. He's going to go crazy as soon as I touch him. No, maybe not. He's just reserved. He says, well, I'm got. He got me. Let's just get unhooked and go about our business. Need my pliers. Just a little guy. There we go. Toss him back. Go back to our game plan and see if there's any bigger ones out there. I mean, I'm pretty good ways off the edge of this thing. It's 8 feet deep, so it's probably 5, 6 on top, maybe shallower than that. I don't know. But I'm ripping this thing. Nice calm evening on the water. They do a tournament at 6:30, so in a few minutes we'll probably have a few guys coming up in here. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. I don't know where everybody's fishing these days. But it'll probably pick up a little bit. But right now it's just perfect. Nice and calm, little ripple on the water. No boat traffic churning stuff up. Doesn't get much better than this. Keep hitting a little something. I'm not sure if I'm hitting the top of that ridge or if it's just in my mind, but I got off here a little bit far too, so I probably need to get a little closer. I like to get a little bit close and make a normal length cast, and then when the bait, the trajectory of the bait under the water, you kind of want your target to be about a third of the distance away from you from your cast. That's where you gotta get your two-thirds to dive, and then 1/3 kind of down in the strike zone. Some people think they get down a little bit faster than that. I don't think they do. Depending on the bait anyway. Deep diving crankbaits definitely don't. You gotta be kind of close to get them to work right. The other thing that's out here, there's all kinds of stuff, and there's a little ditch that runs through this flat. This is a really, really interesting area through here. Lots of places a fish could be laying around, waiting for an easy jerkbait meal to come scooting by. See a little bit of minnow scooting over there. Nope, my bait's all twisted up. That means my line's probably all twisted up too. Let's see. Yeah, a little bit. There's a whole bunch of stumps out there, rocks. Some good stuff. And there's a sure enough ditch that runs through that where there's a road bed. This seems like the kind of place you hook up a biggie. I see a little piece of cover in front of me. I'm gonna cast off it and see if anything's hanging off of it. Nothing off the left. Let's cast to the right. Yeah, I can see that ditch now. Looks like there's all kinds of fish hanging out in that ditch. I'm gonna make another cast right through there. Hold my rod tip up because it's not that deep. It's only 4 or 5 feet deep in here. Well, no takers. Throw it on the other side of this piece of cover, whatever that is. That's not that stump, isn't it? There's another stump over there somewhere. I got it. There's a stump, and then there's some wood out in front of it. I got the wood out in front of it marked. I don't have that little piece of cover marked right there. Probably need to do that, but I'm not gonna. Looks like we might be having a little bit of grass starting to come up out here. That's the case. I can kind of fan cast around. I may go up in this little pocket and toss something around too here in a minute. See if we're just probing around, seeing if anything's. See if we can find some sneaky grass, or just somewhere, something that's kind of easily overlooked in the spring where people aren't messing with it too much, that holds fish. Like I said the other day, I really think that these fish are already in post spawn. There's a stump right here somewhere. Should be right out there. Not sure if I went far enough, but. And if they're in post spawn, they ought to be out here in this little area. This is kind of just a little bay, a little spawning bay. It's not that big, and it's not that deep. It stays shallow pretty good ways out here. See if I see some grass growing. That's what I'm looking for. Well, I'm looking for bass, but if I can find some grass, that'll be the right cue for this lake. And it grows in here, but a lot of these dock owners and stuff poison everything. Poison our water on top of it. They say it's safe, but I don't see how it does any good for anybody. Just let the grass grow. It's a natural filtration system. It'll get everything out of there. Do a whole lot better than some poison will. Might not be as convenient for the boats. Just build your dock where the grass doesn't grow. That's what I say. Seeing some grass out there, just a little bit. A little bit further, a little bit shallower than I thought it would be. A little bit calm in this pocket. We may need a little bit of may need a little wind for this bait. See some grass right there. It'll wind all through it. See if I cleared it or if it's still. I think it's, yeah. Got a little milfoil on there. Delicious milfoil. Trying to see if I can get one to come up and react to that thing. I can see that grass down there. Just keeping my rod, keep this thing running kind of shallow. There's plenty of it now. I need to turn the boat just a little bit. Yeah. I don't need to make such a long cast. It's a little trick when if you're doing this kind of fishing over grass, you can just make a little bit shorter cast and it won't go down as far, and you still get a lot of Still get some good bites. Don't have to make a long cast. I'm actually about to pick this buzzbait up and start fan casting around in here. Let's give that a shot for a minute. This stuff is shallow enough to where there's a good chance we'll get one come up and blast this thing. See a lot of activity, just little bitty bait fish. Not like shad, just some of those daces, and I think that's what they're called, a dace. You can find the right stretch of grass, you can really load up, but for me a lot of times it's really frustrating because you go through a lot of empty dead areas, it seems like a lot of times, or I do anyway. I can't speak for everybody else. And then you got to have the right bait and you got to have the right conditions. I really want this buzzbait to work, but it's just not happening. Of course, I mean, I made 4 casts with it. I'll have a bite by now. Yeah, I think it's going to be a really good grass year this year. Drought conditions usually make for better grass years because they make that water clear up, and then that grass can just go wild, soaking in all that sun and growing. All right, back to the jerk. Make some casts right in front of this boat. My buddy caught one underneath this dock one time. I think it's like 862 or 863 something there. Oh, I had a bite, I think. Something like that in a tournament. And we missed big fish by a 1/4 pound. Really disappointing. Oh, no, just some grass. What do we got? A little coon tail action. Yeah, here comes one of the tournament guys. Turned out, whatever you say. I see another one going. These slips, I think it's the one with the lift. There's a red Mastercraft, and that's right out in front of that is where the grass usually grows pretty good. Expected to get a little bite through here. Uh-oh. But this has traditionally been a pretty good dock to fish around. Not necessarily under it, but if they get on this grass, they'll be out in front of it a lot of times. Alright, kind of hitting the end of my grass line. Scooch on around here, and sometimes there's some stuff that grows on the other side too. We'll give it a look. I mean, I could be wrong. This water's coming up. Maybe all these fish are, maybe they've been hanging out. Maybe they're starting to move up shallow. I don't know. Oh, there he is. Right off the, little guy. That little guy. Right off the end of those little floaters. Very small. Nothing of repute so far this morning, or this evening. I don't know how he even thought he was going to do anything with that bait. There's another little grass line that grows back here behind this thing. And if they don't kill it, it can be really, really good. We're early enough where it shouldn't be dead yet. Right in there. If there's any grass in there, that's where it is. There's some grass in there. Oh man, it's just a nice night to be out here. Low 80s. See a little bit of something back there. We're gonna make a quick cast. Maybe something will come up and blast it. There's a little high spot over there. That's what I started looking for with the grass first, is anything milfoil. Any place I can find a high spot. That's the high spots seem to hold the most bass, at least on the initial growth. They'll do some other stuff as it goes along. They'll do some other stuff, but on that grass before it hits the surface, I always look for those high places. And I'm gonna hit this dock, don't worry. I know some of y'all are probably like, why isn't he casting at the dock? Got a couple little slips here that don't have anything in them, and sometimes you can get a bite in here on these empty slips. There he is. Not what we're looking for, but we'll take it. Maybe there's a little something with a little bit more repute in there hanging around. Maybe he's in this one. Saw a little bit of minuscute when I tossed in there. That doesn't mean anything, but makes me feel a little bit better that there might be something in there. See my jig for a second. See a little grass line in here. I'm gonna throw this jig over it and see if it's only like 3 feet deep. If I can jig one up. Not right there, I didn't. Put that bad boy in there where we just got that bite. Maybe there's one that'll hanging on the bottom that wants something just a little bit slower. You're gonna hit something like this a lot of times. They'll hit it pretty quick. I'm trying to put it in there as close to the middle walkway as I can too. Seems like they usually hang out a little closer to those corners. Not always. We'll swim this one. Well, nothing doing. getting ready to make a run. Not far, probably be 2 or 3 minutes. Just going up here. I had another little offshore spot. It's just a point. Not anything fancy. And we'll go from, actually, I got 2 places I want to fish up here. We'll take a look at them. I'm going to kind of scan down through here, see if I see any grass too. Quick little run. See what we got. All right, I'll work. This is a little shallow, little shortcut right here. It's got a big shallow flat out in front of it. Haven't fished this very much in the last few years, but I used to catch a lot of good fish off of it. Kind of hit the downhill at one point and just quit catching them, but it used to be a good spring staging area. And I would think that they would come back there. I figured they would be in here and, you know, even on the post pond, you think they come back out here and kind of hang out. Man, you used to be able to catch some fish right here. Of course, you used to be able to catch fish all over this lake. You called me. Oh, a little something popped the surface there. Not sure if it was a bass or not. It kind of looked like one. There'll be one or two right here. Just one or two, that's all I'm asking for. If they're in the 7 or 8 pound class, that will be okay. That's some bottom. Moving in just a little shallower. I know there's some good rock right out in there, so just if anything might be hanging up just a little bit closer to the skinny water. What's going on, Jay? I'm trying, man. I'm trying some new stuff today, and it's not going so good, but that's all right. If you don't catch them today, you know where not to go tomorrow. That's the way I look at it. Just testing some theories, and these aren't the best areas I've been fishing either, but I'm just trying them. Looking to see if there's some grass action in here somewhere. I know on the other side there's some good rock over there, bigger boulders and stuff. There's a little spot that has it on this side. The other side's quite a bit better in that regard. Just made that little shot up the gut there just to there'll be plenty out here for you after today, I guarantee you. Unless I just figure something out, but I'm just not really changing what I've been doing. I'm just trying some different areas, just seeing if I can find some grass that that might not be far enough. Sometimes I'll get some fish up in this little back pocket. So just not sure what to do with this water situation. I'm not really trying to fish for any spawners. Trying to see if there's any post-spawn fish just kind of hanging out. There ought to be. Ought to be a whole bunch of them. But the water's coming up at a weird time, and I don't know what. I have no idea what that's going to do. The fish was going to make them go shallow. Maybe they'll stay where they're at. I guess it's just going to depend on what the bait does at this point. We're going to fish up this little marina and then we're going to make a run. Got a little point, another little offshore point over here I'm going to try out, and then if we don't do any good over there, we'll go run our little run that we've been doing where we've been catching some fish. Boats have this a little bit churned up over here. It's got a little bit of color coming off the bank. There might be a fish hanging in that little mud line. Not seeing any grass right through here. This used to be a pretty good grass spot a long time ago. No, not what we wanted at all. Horrible cast. It's a little bit of a tricky shot right there, but for somebody that can do nothing with their left hand, that's a pretty tricky shot for a right-hander. Nothing. Nothing. All right, moving on. Got another little short run to go. Appreciate everybody watching my process. If you have any questions, you know, you can feel free to ask me. Let's see what we got. Alright. Next area. All right, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 22 23 24 25 26 27 28 29 30 31 32 33 34 35 36 37 38 39 40 41 42 43 44 45 46 47 48 49 50 51 52 53 54 55 56 57 58 59 60 61 62 63 64 65 66 67 68 69 70 71 72 73 74 75 76 77 78 79 80 81 82 83 84 85 86 87 88 89 90 91 92 93 94 95 96 97 98 99 100 101 102 103 104 105 106 107 108 109 110 111 112 113 114 115 116 117 118 119 120 121 122 123 124 125 126 127 128 129 130 131 132 133 134 135 136 137 138 139 140 141 142 143 144 145 146 147 148 149 150 151 152 153 154 155 156 keep working my my jerkbait around. I mean, there's a lot of stuff you can do out here. When I was tournament fishing, I fished Carolina rig a lot this time of year. Just a good way to fish a swing jig with a big biffle bug. Be surprised how many big fish will hit that thing. We're gonna make kind of a pass off to the left here, and then we'll turn around and I kind of came up right in the middle of it where I want to fish. This is a place where a lot of times a little bit longer cast will do. Do you well, but I used to fish Carolina rig a lot, brush hogs. That's what, I mean, we had a lot of grass then, so that's the kind of stuff that you had to fish to catch those fish that were in that heavy cover, just ripping that thing out. When that grass gets up a little better, I'm gonna use some smaller stuff just so I get some more bites. Right here used to be good for a 4 or 5 pounder every time you pulled up on it, but not anymore. Does have a little gorilla snot on it. That might, it's got some gorilla snot, and it's got some pretty good rock. I think there's part of a road bed or a foundation or something down there. Oh yeah, Carolina rigs are. I have kind of a progression that I do. I mean, I've talked about different progressions with like spinnerbait, buzzbait, or not spinnerbait, swim jig, and swim bait. And I have kind of the same kind of progression with a with a Carolina rig, a jig, and then a Texas rig. And it all basically just depends on whether or not I'm able to get my bait through the cover. I start off with a Carolina rig, and I don't use a real long leader, maybe 3 feet. And I use what's called a mojo weight. It's kind of a little bit more of a cylindrical weight, and it comes through the cover really good. And as soon as that starts getting caught up to where I can't really be effective with it anymore, then I go to the jig. And when the jig just kind of buries down into the stuff a little bit too much, that's when I go to the Texas rig. That's sometimes I'll go straight, like right now I've got a jig tied on just because I just don't want to fish a Carolina rig. They're good, but you get a lot of gut hooked fish. And I just kind of got sick of fishing with them. But they are effective fish catchers. And if you're fishing all this offshore stuff, they're pretty good. But I'm kind of doing something I don't really want to do today. I'm just seeing if there's some fish on some of this offshore stuff that's like, it's not real deep. I'm sitting in 7 feet of water right here. But just trying to see if there's anything out here a little bit further that, you know, that maybe it's not getting hit up so hard. But we're just going out fun fishing. This is not where I want to fish. I'm just checking it. Gotta check it. We're gonna round fish the other side. The other side is normally better. Oh yeah. Well, I used to try to do all that stuff when I was a kid, but the lake I grew up on, it just didn't work. I used to try I really wanted to learn how to offshore fish back before GPS was a thing. And but the lake that I grew up on, it was a shallow water lake, so it just, most of the time the watercolor just didn't work for it, and you just didn't catch fish doing it. I get out there with a Carolina rig or a deep diving crankbait or something like that and catch one or two here and there, but then you go to the bank and you catch way more, so just went to the bank. I got on mega school right here one time. It lasted for a couple of days and you catch 30 or 40 fish every time you come up here. They weren't big ones, like maybe 1.5 pounds, 2 pounds, but that's fine. Just come in and catch them however you want. Oh yeah, somebody's catching some on some topwater. I don't know what a cupbill swimmer is. In about a month or so, it'll be ready for me to just about, I'm going to use a topwater, and that'll be mostly what I use, and I will wreck some fish, especially if I go to Garnersville, where I can fish over the top of that grass with that topwater. Love it. It's hard to beat a little popar, and I've got a special way I fish them. And when they get really active, when the water starts getting really hot and fish start getting where they're kind of active in the morning and then not in the evening or not during the day, they will still hit that. They'll still hit that popar. But it's all about how you fish it. Ooh, I see a fish up there near the shore chasing some shad. Ooh. That's pretty close to the sweet spot right there. A lot of pleasure boaters are coming out this evening. Oh. There he is. Oh. Feels like it might be a good fish. A little drag. Decent. There we go. Decent one. What a monster. Pretty color. I said I was pretty much on the right spot there with that cast. Uh-oh, what'd I do? I believe there's an old road bed in here. I could feel it when I used to fish Carolina rig and a swing head. You can really feel it coming down through there. Where am I at here? And we'll get back in position. We're right here in the boat highway though, so we're gonna get rocked. that guy was listening to. This is the norm for me. When I first moved here, this is what I did. But it's, like I say, with all this technology and everybody fishing offshore all the time, I don't do it anywhere near as much now as I used to, just because of it seems like you can do just as good just fishing down the bank, sometimes better. Alright, I'm gonna make 2 or 3 casts here and then we're out. Try it over there. Yeah, I'm hitting some bottom now. Probably come back with a little gorilla snot on this one. Not much. So I'm in about 11, 12 feet of water, casting up into 5 or 6. Just working it over these rocks. But wear your arm out, that's for sure. All right. This is my last cast right here, and then we're moving on. We're gonna go back and just run the same thing we were running the other day, see if anything else is hanging around. See how many boats are lined up through there. Probably been a couple of people watching what I'm doing. That's okay. Plenty of fish. All right. Making our way around the missed the weight of what? I don't know. I didn't catch anything that weighed anything, I don't think. There's one boat down through there and he's leaving now, so this is what it's normally like when it's not Tuesday, just boats going up and down all day long through here. All these bass guys, I feel like they just pull up on one little spot, make 2 or 3 casts. If they don't get anything, they just move on. I like to fish. I like to just get down and just. A lot of times you catch fish in places you don't think you're going to. So if you just go one little spot and you don't catch it, they can be 50 feet to the right or left and you miss them. Especially for a lot of these guys that are just forward-facing sonar and don't really understand cover and bass patterns and things like that. They just young guys. My bait. Aha! Decent. It's on nothing bank. Fish is on nothing bank. Nobody's gonna catch that fish but me. Not a terrible one. Oh, he just barely looks like it. No. Just fun size them. Just fun size them this evening, I guess. Ooh, don't shake, don't shake, don't shake. There we go. Ooh, come on now. Oh yeah. Here we go. A little skinny postponer. It's not entirely true that that's a nothing bank. There is a little bit of grass down there. But it's not enough to really pay attention to. Fish had some good color on it. I like them when they get that good bass pattern where they're just got all those neat green markings all over them. All right. All right, looks like it's still slowly creeping up on us. May have to get a smaller one here in a few minutes because my arm's getting worn out. Probably need two. I probably need one with need one on a bait caster and one on a spinning rod. That way I can mix them up. All right. Not really in that real shallow region yet where I gotta worry about the gorilla snot, but we're getting there. Spot where I caught that 610 is right in front of me. We'll be there in a couple of minutes. Maybe there'll be another biggie there. Probably not, but maybe. Yeah, let's give a quick retie before we get up there. Line's about done. Oh, good. Got a like 25 footer just tried to jump out of the hole. About to get rocked into this bank by some big old waves. Is that a fish or am I hitting bottom? No, got a little sneaky milfoil right there. All right, that right there is worth noting. Very much worth noting where that is. All right, just one little spot too. All right. Oh, gorilla snotting. Here we go. Right in that area where I got that big one the other day, so we'll try to be a little thorough and maybe we'll get another big one. Snotting. Ha. Now, we don't want one that small. We want a 9 or 10. That's what we're shooting for. We're always shooting for a 9 or a 10. But I'm not going to throw a 6-pounder out of the boat. Man alive. I'm telling you, that stuff must grow way up off the bottom, because I'm out here pretty good. I just don't know how far off the bottom it goes, but it does come off the bottom. I caught one but below the dam one time. I don't remember exactly how much it weighed, but it was over 6 pounds. And the first time I caught it twice. And I took pictures of it both times. That's how I know, because I caught it the second time and I thought, man, that fish looked a lot the same. So I went back and looked at the photos, and I could tell from the photos it was the same fish by the markings and everything. But it was over 6 pounds. I caught it once up by the cofferdams next to the dam, and then I caught it the second time I caught it was on that concrete wall where the current washes out from the underneath the generators over there. There's a bald eagle on the bank, it looks like. I'm pretty sure that's a bald eagle just hanging out on the bank, standing. Oh yeah, this is how they do you. See you working down a bank, just pull right up in front of you. Oh, jerk moves. I don't know if y'all can see that guy just pulled up in front of me. That's how it goes. This is normal Chickamauga behavior, which is why I don't fish here much other than Tuesday, because Tuesday's nice. Yeah, that's a bald eagle right there on the bank. He's just hanging out. There he goes. He's flying off right in front of me. Kind of weird. America. Snotting. We'll do a little something here. See if there's some fish up shallower, sitting at about 6. There's a little cut right here. I'm gonna fish on the outside, but then I'm gonna move up in there just a little bit and see if anything's hanging out right in the middle of it. Not making a real long cast, just keeping my bait up in the water column, trying to get him to come up and slam it. Not going to slam it with a bunch of gorilla snot on it. This I can promise you. It could be off the surface too. There's a bunch of it floating around on the surface, so I'm not sure that this is necessarily from my bait getting it off the bottom. I'm gonna go up in here just a touch. Yeah, there's a bunch of this crap floating. I would probably be okay if they got rid of the gorilla snot. Little gar popping. Oh yeah, that's nasty over here. And that junk floating. Yeah. Doesn't come off. Gotta do it by hand every time. There he is. Feels like my... Ooh, that's another good one. Yeah, that's another good one right there now. It's not a monster. Another good one though. The guy in front of me that cut in front of me would like to have him, I guarantee you. He probably 3.5, 4. He might go 5. We'll see here in just a second, hopefully. Stay on, baby. Oh yeah, he hooked pretty good. He ain't gonna go 5. He'll probably go around the 4-pound range. There we go. There we go. Nice one. Ow. Ow. That fish's tail's all rubbed out too. Let's get a quick weight and we'll get her back. Skinny. That's a skinny fish. Might only weigh 3 pounds. My thing will work. There we go. Let's see what we got. That one's bigger than I thought. 4-4. Nice evening bass right there on the jerk. She's out here. She's all beat up, man. Get some good water going through those gills. See if we're ready. Are you ready, girl? Oh yeah, there she goes. All right, good one. Little 4-pounder action. I'll take it. Got a little bit of snot on there. Alright, just a little short cast with my jerkbait over this gorilla snot. I mean, there's really not much going on here. It's kind of weird, kind of a weird little deal, but it works. Meanwhile, the guy over there is beating the heck out of the good grass. Now I'll just slow down and work through here pretty good. Came up there and smacked it. Just slow down and work on through. Well, I think I got in a little close. Trying to see if I can see that pondweed starting to come up, but I'm seeing it in some places that I wouldn't expect it to come up. It's coming up real shallow. That's one of my favorite ways to fish. I'm worried that that's going to be a non-factor this year on this lake. Or if it is, it may just not be as good, or it may come up later than it may come up a little later than what you want. Who knows? Well, Jay, I didn't get a 6-pounder, but I got a 4. Is that good enough? Maybe we'll get another one. God, this stuff's frustrating. I don't think I'm hitting it on the bottom now. I think it's just coming off. There's so much of that stuff floating around out here. Can't hardly fish. Little spot right in here used to be the jam too, right here. I'll still be the jam because it's just a little depression in here. Yep, got some stuff. It's frustrating, but it's part of it, I guess. I'm in the, what I would call the mid to lower end, Harrison Bay, Dallas Bay area. Where you get gorilla snot on your bait every cast. Gotta be a little bit more methodical, I guess, about make a few more casts to make sure I cover stuff right. Now when that's happening, you don't really know if it's happening right away. Yeah, I mean, it feels like I got it on there right now. Yeah, a little bit. All right. Move on down the bank. See what this guy's doing. Oh, it's frustrating. No real biggies tonight, but we're having some fun. Just getting a few. Oh man, he's gonna crank up right there. Man, that's all right. I'll go right behind this guy and catch some fish. I don't care. Crank up and drive right over the grass. Some guys will do that to you. He's fishing that Thursday night tournament, so he's got somewhere to be. I guarantee you. He's got to make sure he's hitting his next. Something's not right. Okay, there it is. Make sure he's hitting his next little check downs. And he's passing over the better clump of grass. That's what's funny. There's another clump up there. It's even better than this one. Well, fan cast around here, see if we can get one to come up out of this grass and hit this thing. Never know. Usually you don't go behind somebody and catch a bunch of fish, so I didn't see him catch anything. But we're gonna give it a try. See some gar working out there. 2 of them. I'm sitting in about 7 feet of water, casting up into 3 or 4. Not fishing real deep. Some of the stuff, you know, foot or 2 more or less where I'm at right now is what I'm mostly concentrating on. I don't normally fish much deeper than 10 feet ever. So I'm a shallow water guy. If it wasn't so clear, I'd be fishing even shallower than this. Be fishing right up on the bank. Using a little jerk bait, just 8-pound line. Just kind of keeping my rod up because there is some grass and it is shallow. So I want to work over that stuff real quick, but I don't want to get all bogged down in it. Getting bogged down and I think I got a little close. Now I'm getting too close to a spot. think there was a little clump right there the other day. Nope, hitting that grass. Very good bite right there. Make one more cast and we'll go down to this next one. Oh, there he is. Oh, good fish. Feels heavy. Felt heavy. No, he's not that big. Got some fight in her, but not as, oh, got him in the tail. That's what the problem is. How does that happen? Oh, don't shake. Don't shake. Got our foul hooked. Settle down. There we go. Little fish. Fun size. I think it gets a full pool. I think they wanted him full pool by Memorial Day, like a week or two before Memorial Day, I think. I'm not sure exactly when it gets full pool, but that's when boating season is in full swing. That's something not right there. Yeah, we'll get a hook. Well, we're a little bit behind on the raise up this year because of just how dry it's been, and really dry, and we haven't had near as much rain as what we've had in years past. I think last year we actually had a couple of record days or record weeks or something like that. We haven't had any this year. That's why I think this grass is going to go good, because when it's dry you have good grass, and on the years you don't have good grass you usually have a lot of rain. Line feels good. Scoot down here this next little pocket. There's some grass up in it, and then we'll slide across and fish this other road bed, and then probably be time to call it a day. All right. Two Tuesdays ago, I caught him really good right here, and then he came back this Tuesday and didn't do nothing. So somebody's been wearing them out while I've been gone. So there's no reason for these fish right here to leave. Good grass, good post spawn recovery area. Water's coming up. To the fish. Couldn't tell if that was a fish or not, but I was definitely not in the right position to set the hook. All right. Now there's some grass. Got milfoil. Milfoil is making a comeback, folks. Went away for a lot of years and now it's back. Get out your frogs. Maybe we'll get some good topped out milfoil this year. I'm right in that area. I mean, there's plenty of good places to fish. I don't know if you fish here very much, but for me anyway, lake's fishing pretty good. I just been fishing this jerkbait, and sometimes I go up to been going up to the Hiawassee River on the weekends because I can kind of get out of all the boat traffic. Boat traffic on the weekends on this lake is ridiculous. No, that's just some grass. So if you can go up there and fish some of those they're shallow, but you can fish some of those backwaters, and you're not going to have a whole lot of anything other than fishermen coming in some of those places. But I actually used to work at this marina right here, and so I spent a lot of time out here after work learning a lot of these little places where these fish get, and learning how to fish all the grass and all that stuff. So it's a good lake, but you really have to put your time in. At least that's been my experience, has been you have to put your time in. I didn't do good. First few trips I came down, or first few times I fished here after I moved here, I did not do good, and I used to fish an entirely different section of the lake. And this section has what I want. It's got a lot of shallow water. Doesn't have a lot of shallow cover though. But if you can find grass, you can usually catch fish on this lake. That'd be my biggest tip. Look for the grass. Might even be some fish on what I'm seeing right here with these fish where they're spawned out. I wouldn't be surprised if there's already some fish out on the ledges doing that ledge bite thing. I think they're early. I don't care if the water's coming up or not. I think they're early. I think a bunch of these fish are already spawned. They're already out. I'm not even trying to focus on the real shallow stuff down here. Up on the Hiawassee, they kind of stay shallow. I mean, they stay shallow here all year too, but up there, a little bit dirtier water, so you can just kind of fish cover around shallow stuff and catch fish. Did what I do and I got in too close. I guess that guy knew there weren't any fish in here and that's why he didn't fish it. Sun's going down. What's going on, Don? Just working my same little stretch again this evening. Not doing quite as good today. A lot more boat traffic. I don't know if that's affecting them at all, but just tried some other stuff earlier when I got here and caught a couple of bass, but not what I was looking for. Got some offshore stuff. Guess technically around here it's all offshore stuff. I don't fish a lot of banks on this lake. And don't worry, I will be putting my lights up here shortly. Good. I feel like a lot of these fish do wait on that, but I haven't caught anything that looks like it's super fat and ready to spawn. Everything I've caught's already done. But it could just be a function of where I'm fishing too. Busy now. Are you? You going bass fishing up there, Don? I mean, you can sit over here and get rocked around like I am. It's a lot of fun. I'm gonna crank up my ease over just a second. I just pulled it right in front of me, so let's make a kind of see what he's doing. I'm gonna pick my trolling motor up and make a run around the corner. Even though I just saw there's another boat coming that way too. Gotta fight for a place to fish when there's a tournament going on. Just got booted out of 2 of my spots at once. Yeah, that's where I went last weekend. I don't know if you saw, if you go back and look at some of my live videos, I had one. I was having some issues last week getting some signal, but one of them, I caught some really nice bass on a buzzbait. It was a really good buzzbait bite too, just a little short stretch. Probably got 10 or 15 bites. It's just a little pocket right here, not much to it. Right in the middle of it's got a little bit of cover, not much to this. That boat that pulled in over there at the other side, he's not even, I don't even know what they're doing. They're not even fishing, it doesn't look like. They are, I haven't seen them yet. It's just a little quick check. Then we'll head back over that way and maybe we can finish out on that road bed. I got 30 minutes at best left. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time right here. I'm just going to hit the high spot. I haven't done much anywhere other than the high spot on this little area. But sometimes you can get a good one. Justin, I've never tried it. To be honest, I really haven't fished at Guntersville that much this time of year. It's a little bit of a haul for me. Honestly, I like fishing it in June. I'm a little bit more of a power fishing kind of guy, so I like to fish top water, and well, I'm fishing a jerkbait right now. Top water crankbaits, jerkbaits. When the grass gets up, I'll fish swim jigs and swim baits through that stuff down there. I'm not really a chatterbait guy. I know that plenty of people fish chatterbaits down there, but I can guarantee you they'll hit a fluke down there. Are you fishing one? Are you fishing one weighted, or are you just fishing a weightless one? I feel like fishing one of those little belly weighted ones, and where you can fish it a little bit faster, might be real effective down there. I found that those fish in that grass like a bait moving fast, and when they come up they commit to it a little bit better from what I've seen. Am I in the right spot? Yeah, I'm in the right spot. I'm in the right spot, but I'm getting no bites. I'm supposed to get a bite right here. Just one. You get 1 to 2 and that's it. Where they're supposed to be, right there. This spot probably didn't get a whole lot of attention this year because water still hasn't come up. Phone keeps going off. Okay, yeah, I'll try one. I don't fish them very much, but I'll definitely give it a shot. I used to make Boston crankbaits a long time ago. Still got a few of those left. I like to whip out every now and then. Right now I'm trying to learn computer-aided drafting to make some soft plastics. Whenever that comes around, I'll let you know. Everything's in prototype stage right now. Come on, man. Give me one. Give me one. I'm not going to get one. one more cast and we're out. This is just one of those little hit it and quit it spots. And today, it didn't happen. All right, kind of running out of time here, so I'm going to go back over there where I was going to fish before, but I thought a boat was on it, but he's not. Nothing's on. Oh, I lost a hook. Uh-oh. That'll get changed. That'll get changed out quickly. Oh, nice. Yeah, it's super cool when you make something and somebody catches a big fish on it. Trying to think if I've made anything and caught any big fish on them. I caught some 5s and 6s on this crankbait, but I never. What is going on? What is going on? Whatever. Let's go together. Let's go together. All right. Let's go hit this little row bed up, and then we're out of here. All right. Now we're kind of on the home stretch, so I'm just kind of giving it a little, giving everything a quick one over, just seeing if we can pop one real quick. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time doing anything other than just keeping the boat moving and keep the bait wet. Time for me to put my lights up. If I don't, Don's going to yell at me. I'm just kidding, Don. Plug this one in. Which way does it go? Move it all around a little bit there. There's that one. All right. Got for up here, and now we're legal. There he is. Ah, little guy. Little spotted bass. Some of those shakes out of you. Don't want to hook in my hand from a little guy. All right. Whew. Got hooks all over him. Just give him the old pop and go. There you go. You're kind of right on top of that road bed. There's some good fish to get out in the middle of that thing too, but I just don't want to get out there and you know, it takes a little bit of time to get in position, and then you got to fish kind of slow because it's a little bit deeper. There's one. Little guy. Give me some good jumps. I got you now. Ooh. Little chunky fish. When I'm usually at my best, right when the sun comes up and right when it's about to go down. There's another one. Oh, they're all little guys though. Bass? Yeah. They're all little guys. Ooh, don't hook me. Gotcha. Little guys. We can find one nice, we can find one good one out here. Right here at the end. Finish with a bang before it gets too dark for anybody to see. Maybe a little school of something there. Well, yeah, I'm hitting some bottom, hitting right on that break. I think I'm kind of might be a little close, but won't make as long a cast. Yeah, we got a little pondweed on that cast. Kind of fished myself out of the active zone there, had 3 real quick bites, and then kept on coming down through here and didn't catch any more. That's how it goes sometimes. In there just a little closer and I think these fish would be right. There's a little place where this culvert comes out, and there's a ditch. You'd think that's where they'd be hanging out, but I have almost never caught fish right there. Geese do not approve. Surprise. Okay. Well, Just fishing to the end of this thing, and then we're gonna call it a day, I think. Geese aren't bad. They're just trying to do their thing. This tree in front of me, they get a bunch of herons nesting in it and make an awful racket. Before I leave, I'm gonna make a couple casts with this buzzbait along this rock wall. I don't know if y'all can hear those herons in that tree. Just clucking along. Whatever that noise is they make. Oh, I had a bite. That's where your fluke comes in. Throw that little fluke back in there and get them. I don't think he was very big. How you doing? There's a little bump. Well, I don't know if y'all can even see anything anymore, but I think that's a wrap for me. Appreciate everybody stopping by and taking a gander. I think I'm gonna hit the road. Yeah. This is a good looking little stretch. Sometimes you catch one or two in here. All right, let me get some stuff put away, and then I'm heading down the lake. Well, what do we do today? We fished a jerkbait. Mostly caught all of our fish on a jerkbait. Caught some shallow cover around aquatic vegetation mostly, or on. I don't really have much else to offer than that for today. It wasn't great fishing from my perspective, but you know, it's nice to get out of the house and do this for a couple hours. A lot better than sitting in front of the TV, so I'll take it. Take it every time. Yeah, we'll just put that up. I got a little issue going on with that one. We'll fix it when we get home. Hey, thanks for coming, Goat. Glad you enjoyed watching. I get out here whenever I can, so you know, just subscribe, and we'll see you out here another time. See everybody out here another time. I got a vacation coming up in a week, or well, Friday after next. And I haven't decided what I'm going to do yet, but I'm probably going to end up going to Florida. And if I do, I'm not sure if I'm going to take my boat or the kayak. If I take the kayak, you get to see some really cool stuff. It's a lot of fun down there catching them on. I usually just fish little grubs and stuff and pitch it up in the mangroves, and you catch everything. Catch tarpon, snook, mangroves, jacks, everything. It's a lot of fun. But if y'all want to keep watching on the way in, we got a nice sunset, so gotta get out of this little shallow pocket, and then we're appreciate it, Don. We'll see you out here next time. There's a lot of grass growing up in that pocket. There's going to be some fish in there. There probably already is. How you doing? The rocks.